Hello, it's Lucas here, and I am from Magoosh.com talking about the TOEFL because today is TOEFL Tuesday. Every Tuesday is TOEFL Tuesday. So, today we're talking about stuttering, or you may know it as stammering, repeating the same sound again and again. For example, like that. So if you stutter during the TOEFL speaking, does it hurt your score? The simple answer to this is not so simple. That doesn't make sense. How can a simple answer not be simple? The short answer to this is yes and no. It depends. I say that a lot. Things often depend. First of all, do you have a doctor's diagnosis? If you are diagnosable with a serious speaking problem, if your stammering, your stuttering happens in your language, not just English, regularly and causes communication problems, and you have a doctor who has diagnosed you with this speaking trouble, with this speaking disorder, then you can get extra time for your TOEFL speaking, or possibly even eliminate the speaking section completely. To be honest, I've never heard of a student who has had the speaking section eliminated because of a stutter, but it might be possible. If you do have a doctor's diagnosis, then you need to go to ets.com, the company that makes the TOEFL, and find the request form for special accommodations for disabilities. If you have a speaking disability, ETS may give you those accommodations, so it's easier for you and it won't hurt your score. Now, if it's not a diagnosable problem, if, for example, it happens in English but not in your language, well, that's not a medical stutter, right? That's because of something different. That might be because of uncertainty. If you just aren't confident speaking, that can cause problems. Yes, because if you cannot think of the next word, if you are stuck thinking about the grammar in the middle of your sentence, well, that's a communication problem. If you are uncertain, it can cause problems for the absolute key, communication. So here's what it comes to. If your stutter makes it difficult for people to understand, then yes, it can hurt your score. If it is just repeating a word 2 or 3 times, or repeating a sound 2 or 3 times, occasionally, not often, but a few times in the minute of your answer, that probably won't hurt you because it doesn't hurt communication. If you can communicate perfectly, it won't cause any problems. So, if you have just a normal amount of repeating yourself that you hear normally, it won't hurt you. If it's a serious medical condition, get a special accommodation. And if it's somewhere in the middle, if you can't get a doctor's diagnosis, but you think it causes trouble for communication, my #1 piece of advice, slow down. Many people stutter and hesitate and say, and have trouble on the speaking section because they try to go too fast. They're worried about the clock. And that's understandable. The clock is difficult. But if you just calm down, slow down, and practice the structure of your answer again and again and again, when you're calmer on test day, it won't cause such problems. All right, I hope that helps. You can learn more about the TOEFL at toefl.magoosh.com. And again, I'll see you next Tuesday to talk about the TOEFL. Happy studying.